Welcome back to the channel, boys. Fabulous coming at your neck with this Mantle Battle Harmony build. Now, this is the new exotic that was introduced this season. You have to play the Legend Lost sectors to get it, and this exotic is all about getting your super back as much as possible using, synergizing your arc elements and subclass and whatnot. So let's go ahead and break this build down. Now, for my subclass of choice, we're using Middle Tree STORMCALLER, which is the Chaos Reach, Attunement of Control. Now, the main reason I picked this subclass is because of this right here, Ionic Trace. Defeating enemies has a chance to create Ionic Traces. Collecting Ionic Traces grants energy to all your abilities, so it's your melee, your rift, your grenade, and your super. So that's part of this build, is trying to spam my super as much as possible, as well as just any type of ability spam because of some of the mods I have on my gear. So since I like to take all my builds into the Nightfall, this week's Nightfall, you really need some range to get it done. So we're using the Succession, Reconstruction Vorpal Weapon, really good. We got Eternal BLAZON. Now this is what makes this build possible. Now, this is a new scout rifle, you get it from the Worldly Drops. I have Overflow and Thresh, and it's an arc weapon, so just keep that in mind. We're using an arc scout rifle with Thresh on it. It's really important for this build. And for my heavy of choice, we're using Two-Tailed Fox because it's nuts right now. Just honestly just waiting for Eyes of Tomorrow to get fixed. Right now it's bugged, but for right now this is good. As for my stats, we got 28 mobility, we got 30 resilience, we got 100 recovery, which means my rift is on a 41-second cooldown. This is going to play into how I'm able to ability spam. We also got 106 discipline, which means my grenade's on a 32-second cooldown. This is also going to help me make my build get going, as well as just ability spam in general. We got 18 intellect. This honestly does not matter because we're going to get so much super energy, it's ridiculous. And we got 51 strength. So let's go ahead and start with that helmet. We got a minor discipline mod, we got a rocket launcher ammo finder, sniper ammo finder, and then we're gonna test out and make a build using these new mods, Elemental Ordnance. Picking up an elemental well grants energy to your abilities with the lowest current energy. Picking up an elemental well whose element matches your subclass damage type grants energy to all your abilities. Now this is the one we got this week, which is Elemental Ordnance. Defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type. So pretty much use your grenade, or yeah, for this one you use your grenade, it spawns a little elemental well. If you get a kill, you pick it up, you get some ability energy back. Pretty simple. We are going to get more of these, I'm assuming at reset or throughout the season, so hopefully they're a little bit more enticing and a little bit more unique and stuff like that. But for right now, I think it's promising, the idea of it, so we're gonna see what we can do with this mod. On my gauntlets, we got a discipline mod, we got anti-barrier scout and anti-barrier loader. These are both in the new artifact, so I highly recommend getting both of these. Scout rifle loader is really good. The fact that it's only one is valuable. And here we go, we got supercharge, which costs 5 energy slots, so I need this in order to, I need these two to be one in order so I can slot this. As you can see, I am on max energy, so this fits perfectly. We got 2 additional stacks of charger lights. Now we have 4 stacks of charger light. And onto my chest piece, which is also my exotic piece of choice, Mantle of Battle Harmony. This is a new exotic brought to the Warlocks this season. You can get them by doing the new Legend Lost sectors once they're dropping chest pieces. They're pretty easy, just go ahead and get yourself one. I got mine on the first try, hopefully you do too. But the armor perk that comes on it is Absorption Cells. Takedowns with weapons that have a damage type matching your subclass element grant you super energy. While your super energy is full, you instead gain a temporary bonus to weapon damage of the type matching your subclass element. So you use a weapon that is, for instance, right now I'm using STORMCALLER, I use an arc weapon, I get super energy, and then once my super is full, as I'm getting kills, I get a temporary bonus to that element type. So if I keep chaining together kills, it does stack. So I've gotten it up to 10 seconds, so pretty much a 10-second damage buff to all arc damage. It's pretty sweet, but the super regen is why I'm liking this, because right now I'm using a scout rifle with Thresh, and it's an arc scout rifle. So arc scout rifle with Thresh paired with this exotic, I get so much super energy, it's actually ridiculous. And in case you guys don't know, Thresh actually gives you super energy on kills. So I'm getting super energy on kills just for using the weapon, plus getting super energy on kills for using an arc scout rifle. So it synergizes very well together. As for my mods, we're using a recovery mod. We got sniper damage resist, which I highly recommend for this strike, as well as concussive dampener, so that way you don't take instant death from the tank, even though you probably will anyway, but it still helps a lot. There's a lot of boomers and stuff with the Unites, they're shooting the things at you. And then we got energy converter. While charger light, using your grenade attack grants you super energy, consuming all stacks of charger light. The more stacks you have, the more energy you gain, up to a maximum of 50% of your super energy. It does take away 10 discipline, but that's okay because I still got 100 discipline anyway. They can take that 10 away. But this right here is also playing into the fact that I want to spam my super, especially with STORMCALLER. It's a really good accurate super. You can even do some decent boss damage. Plus, it's just a really good subclass to get your super back because of the ionic traces and stuff. So I actually really like using this subclass with this exotic and all my weapons I'm using. On my legs, we're using a discipline mod. We got rocket launcher scavenger, we got sniper ammo scavenger. This is one I highly recommend getting this one as well because it only costs 1 energy slot, and I mean snipers are just really good, so get yourself this. And then we got taking charge, become charge of light by picking up an orb of power. And on my Warlock bond, we're using a discipline mod. We got double bomber mod, so whenever I do cast my rift, I get a nice little chunk of grenade energy. And then we're using elemental charge, become charge of light by picking up an elemental well. If the elemental well is the element type matches your subclass element, you gain 2 stacks of charge of light. Since I'm using an arc subclass and I'm using arc grenades, I pick those elemental charges up off the ground whenever I get grenade kills. Boom, I get 2 stacks of charge of light. Not to mention I'm going to get ability energy for all of my abilities. And onto my Warlock fashion. This is the exotic. I mean, I think it looks pretty cool. You know, it's definitely unique looking. I think this looks good without the shader. Like right now, these are no shaders. The only shader I have on is Jacarina on my legs. So there you go. That's the shader I have right there. But honestly, like, you know, the blue lights and the blue light here, and then I picked Jacarina because it kind of blue lights on my legs. I really feel like an arc, like, superconductor. Like, I don't know, I think it looks cool, but let me know what you guys think. The one shader is Jacarina, but I'll put it in the description below. So it's been a while since I've ran around using Middle Tree Stormcaller. You know, it has some pretty good ability regen, it has a nice reload speed buff, and I think a movement speed buff whenever you are at critical health, which helps you get away faster, reload your weapon faster. And the super is really good just to add clear or even taking down chunkier targets like champions and so on. But using this build with this exotic turns this subclass to the next level. The amount of supers I was getting was ridiculous. Like in that one room in this strike where you have to like defend your ghost, like the little box thing, and there's like hordes of ads coming at you. I was able to get my super like 3, and I think at the end of it I had it a 4th time, and I didn't get to use it because, well, we finished. But the super regen with this build is crazy. Thresh paired with Mantle Battle Harmony, they stack, and then they have energy converter. Wow, it is very good, and the super is so good at clearing out these ads because they're rushing at you. You just pop it, boom, they're done. And in the one room where you are fighting the spider tank, well, not the room, but the outside area, and you have the spider tank there, the ads are, you know, pretty far from you. You need a sniper or a scout. But once they're spawning in, I can just use my chaos reach because that has, I'm pretty sure it has infinite range, or very, very long range at that. So once they're spawning in, I can just get them where, you know, all the enemies that are next to the spider tank, I can use my super for them. Or when they drop down into the middle area right there, right in front of the spider tank, I can use my super from there, go kind of far, and boom, take them out. So this build is very nice for this Nightfall. And the second part of this exotic is the fact that you get a weapon damage buff to elements matching your subclass type. So using arc weapons, for instance, or if you're using a solar subclass, solar weapons. And I think I'm going to make a build where I utilize that part of this exotic because, well, I don't know, I'm not like very good at giving percentages and damage buffs and, you know, this and that, but just know that it's noticeable and it's very good because you can stack them. So you can have a arc damage buff for 10 seconds, and you can just keep chaining it, keep going. So I want to know if this stacks with something like Rampage or something like that. I'll do some testing. I don't know about the damage percentage buffs, like the actual percentage itself, but you do notice it. And then if it does stack with Rampage, well, I think there's some build potential there, but we're gonna get to that in another build. For right now, we're focusing on the super regen part of this exotic, which I love. I love that there's like 2 sides to this exotic. It's a really good one. I just have to get the other ones now. Hopefully they're just as potent for the Titan and the Hunter. But there you boys have it, a build utilizing the new Warlock exotic, Mantle Battle Harmony. If you don't have it, go ahead and get yourself one. You can just get it from the Legend Lost sectors. As for this video, I'm gonna let the rest of the strike play out because as you can see my super regen when it's just playing, it's kind of hard to show it off in clips and whatnot. But unfortunately, I can't put the audio because I was listening to some copyrighted music, so you're just gonna have to listen to this lo-fi mix or whatever I decide to put in the background. So there's gonna be no audio, no you know, gameplay chat from me and my friends. So just go ahead and sit back, relax, and watch my super regen, watch how many times I pop my super, and I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.